Alright, so in this video we're going to briefly talk about the congruence patterns we came up with we're going back to the similarity to congruence handout that we spent a couple of days working on. So the first pattern we looked at was a side-side-side, and side-side-side is a similarity pattern, but also is a congruence pattern when the scale factor between the sides is 1. The second pattern we looked at was side-angle side. And again, side angle side is a congruence pattern as long as, again, this like the side the scale factor is 1. And then we looked at angle angle, and angle actually never works. And the reason why it never works is because we don't have any sides. And so it is a similarity pattern, but not a congruence pattern. The fourth pattern we looked at was actually hypotenuse leg. And hypotenuse leg, we were able to prove that to be a congruence pattern by using either side angle side or side side to support it. We either used trig to find that missing angle, or we used Pythagorean theorem to find the third side. In either case, we were able to change hypotenuse leg, which is also called right hypotenuse side, into one of our first two patterns. So as long as we can agree the first two patterns work, then hypotenuse leg also has to work. Then from there we spent some time trying to fix the angle issue, so we added in a side. So the first one we looked at was angle side angle, and that became a congruence pattern. Since angle does work as similarity, and then if we add in a pair of sides that have a scale factor of 1, those two triangles that are similar will have to be congruent. And then the second case we looked at was angle side. And again, angle side also works as a congruency pattern for the same reason angle side angle did. Angle works as similarity. We got a pair of sides with a scale factor of 1. The triangles will be the same size. The pattern that sometimes works, and I gave you an example of when it worked and when it didn't work, and that was side angle. That's the one your textbook doesn't use because, again, it's possible to have the given information. It's possible that the information we're given will create two different triangles. And in terms of congruency patterns, we call them congruency patterns because that pattern will only give us exactly one triangle. And whenever you have a situation where there's a counterexample of that second case with the same information, we're not going to use that pattern. So you have a total of 5 patterns we're going to be using throughout today's lesson and as we continue through the rest of this chapter. So hopefully you identify these correctly. So go ahead and move on to the next content block.